Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another GTA video. Today we're going to talk about crazy fan theories, and I'll try to give a verdict on that. Basically, whether they are really done or a waste of time, let's start. We are starting with something absolutely stupid. So there's a theory that claims that Michael from GTA 5 is actually Claude from GTA 3. Yes, you heard that right. Some people believe that the silent protagonist of GTA 3 is the same person as the retired bank robber of GTA 5. But does this theory make any sense? Hell no. First, let's recap what the theory is. According to some fans, Claude is Michael, who was able to escape imprisonment and capital punishment twice. One of the biggest arguments for this is that Michael has scars on his chest, which could be from the gunshot wounds that Catalina inflicted on Claude in GTA 3. Another argument is that Trevor says to Michael, "Back in town, baby," in GTA 5, which could imply that Michael was in San Andreas before, as Claude was in GTA San Andreas. The theory also suggests that Michael used his knowledge and connections from working with the Leon Mafia and the Yakuza to help the FIB shut down the crime organizations in Liberty City, and in return, he was entered into witness protection and relocated to Los Santos, where he married a gold digger and had 2 kids. But this theory still doesn't make sense. Now, let's debunk this theory. First, the timeline doesn't match. GTA 3 takes place in 2001. While GTA 5 takes place in 2013. That means there are 12 years between the 2 games. However, Michael's children, Jimmy and Tracy, are 20 and 22 years old respectively in GTA 5, which means they were born in 1993 and 1991. That means Michael already had his children before the events of GTA 3, which contradicts the theory that he moved to Los Santos after GTA 3. Another thing to note is that the universes are different. Rockstar has confirmed that the GTA games are divided into 3 different universes: the 2D universe, the 3D universe, and the HD universe. GTA 3 belongs to the 3D universe, while GTA 5 belongs to the HD universe. The characters and events from different universes are not connected, and only some elements, such as brands and locations, are shared between them. Therefore, Claude and Michael are not the same person, as they exist in separate universes. But even if we remove all that for a second, the personalities are different. Claude is a silent and emotionless character who never speaks or shows any facial expressions. He is also ruthless and cold-blooded, as he kills anyone who betrays him or gets in his way. Michael, on the other hand, is a talkative and expressive character who often complains and jokes about his life. He is also conflicted and remorseful, as he struggles with his past and his family. They have very different personalities and motivations, which makes it hard to believe that they are the same person. So, there you have it. The GTA theory that Michael is Claude is pretty much debunked. It's a fun and interesting idea, but it doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Let's move on. Brad's bullet was meant for Trevor in the prologue of GTA 5. Is this theory true? And if so, why? Michael made a deal with Dave Norton, a corrupt FIB agent, to fake his death and escape his criminal life. The plan was to have Dave shoot Trevor, who was Michael's unstable and dangerous partner, and then shoot Michael in a non-lethal spot, so he could pretend to be dead. Brad, who was another member of their crew, was supposed to be arrested and serve as a distraction for the media and the authorities. However, things didn't go as planned. Brad walked in front of Trevor and took the bullet that was meant for him, while Michael was also shot by Dave. Trevor managed to escape while Brad died and was buried under Michael's name. Now, let's analyze this theory. There are some clues and evidence that support this theory. Dave Norton admits that he was supposed to kill Trevor, not Brad, in a phone call with Michael in the mission Dead Man Walking in GTA 5. He says, "I was meant to put him down, not you. And for that, you'll get written up in the reports. I've had to talk to the agency and the FIB. They weren't happy. And for the record, neither was I." Let me tell you something. Trevor was the most wanted and dangerous criminal among the 3. He had a history of violence, drug trafficking, and murder. He was also a loose cannon who could expose Michael's deal with Dave at any moment. It makes sense that Dave would want to eliminate him rather than Brad, who was relatively unknown and harmless. But why would Michael snitch? Well, Michael and Trevor had a strained relationship due to their conflicting personalities and goals. Michael wanted to retire and live a normal life, while Trevor wanted to keep robbing and killing. Michael also feared Trevor's wrath, as he knew that Trevor would not forgive him for betraying him. Michael may have seen this as an opportunity to get rid of Trevor and start a new life. So, there you have it. The GTA theory that Brad's bullet was meant for Trevor is pretty much confirmed. It's a tragic and twisted story, but it also adds more depth and drama to the characters and the plot. So this theory is true. Next one. And this is related to GTA San Andreas. Big Smoke wanted to kill Sweet at the beginning of GTA San Andreas. Big Smoke had already betrayed the Grove Street families and joined forces with the Ballas, the LSPD, and the CRASH team before the events of the game. He planned to kill Sweet, who was the leader of the Grove Street families and CJ's brother, and take over the gang territory. He also wanted to get rid of CJ, who had just returned from Liberty City after his mother's death. The theory suggests that Big Smoke set up a trap for Sweet and CJ at their mother's house, where he pretended to be surprised by their arrival and invited them to the funeral. He then called the Ballas and told them to ambush them at the cemetery. Let's talk about why this theory might or might not be true. Big Smoke's behavior is suspicious and inconsistent throughout the game. He acts friendly and loyal to CJ and Sweet, but he also secretly works with their enemies and betrays them several times. He also lies and makes excuses for his actions, such as claiming that he was forced to work with the Ballas and the LSPD, or that he was trying to save the Grove Street families from extinction. His house is full of clues that hint at his betrayal. There are several maps and blueprints of the city and the gang territories, as well as a green Sabre car, which is the same model that was used by the Ballas to kill CJ's mother and shoot at Sweet and CJ in the drive-by shooting. There are also posters of the rapper Mad Dog, whom Big Smoke later tries to kill by stealing his rhyme book and sending a hitman to his mansion. So yeah, I think this theory does make sense. The next one is that Trevor killed his mom. This is not a major theory, but let's discuss it. First, there is no clear evidence or motive for Trevor to kill his mom. The theory is based on speculation and interpretation of Trevor's behavior and dialogue, which could have other explanations. For example, Trevor could be spooked and apologetic when he saw his mom because he was surprised and ashamed, not because he felt guilty for killing her. Trevor's mom could have simply left the trailer after Trevor went to get her medication. She could have been using him to get the drugs, or she could have been scared of him, or she could have had other plans. There is no reason to assume that she was a hallucination, or that Trevor killed her off-screen. Trevor's mom is mentioned by other characters in the game, such as Wade and Patricia, who imply that they have met her or heard of her. This suggests that she is a real person, not a figment of Trevor's imagination. Based on these reasons, I think the theory that Trevor killed his mom is unlikely. It is a creative and intriguing idea, but it lacks solid proof and logic. What do you think of this theory? Do you agree or disagree with it? Let me know in the comments below. Another theory related to Trevor is that Lester knew Trevor was alive all along. As you may recall, Lester is the mastermind behind most of the heists in GTA 5, and he's also an old friend of Michael and Trevor, who were part of a crew that pulled off a bank robbery in North Yankton 9 years before the events of the game. However, things went wrong during the heist, and Trevor was presumed dead by Michael and Lester, who faked their own deaths and entered witness protection. But as we know, Trevor was not dead. He survived the heist and moved to Blaine County, where he started his own criminal enterprise, using his real name and making a lot of noise. He eventually found out that Michael was alive and living in Los Santos, and he reunited with him, much to Michael's dismay. But what about Lester? How come he didn't know that Trevor was alive and kicking? He's supposed to be a genius hacker who knows everything about the criminal underworld, and he even kept in touch with Michael while he was in hiding. How could he miss Trevor's activities, especially when he was so close and using his real name? Well, some fans have a theory that Lester actually did know Trevor was alive, but he decided to keep it a secret from Michael for various reasons. Maybe he wanted to protect Michael from Trevor's wrath, or maybe he wanted to avoid any complications from his heist plans. Maybe he was afraid of Trevor himself, or maybe he just didn't care. There are some clues that support this theory. For example, when Michael first contacts Lester in GTA 5, Lester says that he's been working on some network thing that's supposed to be big. Could this be a reference to Trevor's network of drug and weapons smuggling? Also, when Lester first meets Trevor in person, he doesn't seem surprised or shocked at all. He just greets him casually and says that he's been expecting him. Could this mean that he was aware of Trevor's presence in Los Santos? Another clue is that Lester mentions his old crew from Liberty City and says that one of them, an Eastern European, has gone dark. This is widely believed to be a reference to Niko Bellic, the protagonist of GTA 4, who may or may not be alive. But why would Lester mention Niko, who has nothing to do with Trevor, and not mention Trevor, who was part of his crew and supposedly dead. Could this be a way of avoiding the topic and hiding the truth from Michael? Of course, this theory is not without its flaws. For one thing, it's possible that Lester simply didn't know Trevor was alive because Trevor was too unpredictable and chaotic for Lester to track him down. Maybe Lester was too busy with his own projects and heists, and he didn't bother to look for Trevor. Maybe Trevor was able to evade Lester's surveillance by using his contacts and connections in the criminal world. Maybe Lester just assumed that Trevor was dead, and he didn't want to reopen old wounds. Another problem with this theory is that it doesn't explain why Lester would lie to Michael about Trevor. There's no solid reason. What would he gain from doing so? Wouldn't it be better for him to tell Michael the truth and warn him about Trevor's potential threat? Wouldn't it be easier for him to plan his heists with Trevor's cooperation rather than his interference? Wouldn't it be more loyal and honest for him to reveal his old friend's fate rather than conceal it? So I believe this theory is unlikely. Now, this next one is not about any particular character, but the entire concept of GTA. Yep, that's right. All the GTA islands or maps are actually metaphors for American society and how the American people are busy in their own world, oblivious to the rest of the world. First of all, let's look at the GTA maps themselves. The GTA series has featured several fictional cities and states that are based on real-life locations in the United States, such as Liberty City, New York City, Vice City, Miami, San Andreas, California and Nevada, and Los Santos, Los Angeles. These cities and states are often depicted as isolated islands, surrounded by water, with no connection to the outside world. The only way to travel between them is by plane, boat, or bridge. This creates a sense of isolation and detachment from the rest of the world, as if the GTA characters and players are living in their own bubble, unaware of what's happening elsewhere. This isolation is also reflected in the GTA stories and missions, which often focus on the internal conflicts and issues of American society, such as crime, corruption, gangs, drugs, violence, racism, poverty, politics, media, and consumerism. The GTA games rarely mention or involve other countries or cultures, except as stereotypes or enemies. For example, in GTA 4, the main character, Niko Bellic, is an immigrant from Eastern Europe who comes to Liberty City to pursue the American dream but ends up being exploited and betrayed by various criminals and corrupt officials. In GTA 5, the main antagonists are the FIB, a parody of the FBI, and the IAA, a parody of the CIA, who are involved in a covert war with each other and with foreign agents. In GTA, San Andreas, the main character, CJ, has to deal with the gang wars, the crack epidemic, and the corrupt police in Los Santos, while also being involved in a conspiracy involving a secret military base and a jetpack. On top of that, the GTA games also often satirize and mock American culture and politics, using humor, irony, and exaggeration. The GTA games are full of references to and parodies of American celebrities, movies, TV shows, music, brands, products, and events. For example, in GTA 5, there is a parody of Facebook called Life Invader, a parody of Apple called Fruit, and a parody of Scientology called Epsilon Program. The GTA games also feature radio stations, TV channels, newspapers, websites, and billboards that comment on and criticize American society and its values. For example, in GTA 5, there is a radio station called West Coast Talk Radio, which features a conservative talk show host called Chattersphere, who makes fun of liberals, immigrants, feminists, and environmentalists. There is also a TV channel called Weasel News, which is a parody of Fox News and reports biased and sensationalized news stories. So why do the GTA games do this? Why do they portray American society as an isolated, chaotic, and absurd place? Well, one possible explanation is that this is a deliberate choice by the GTA studio, Rockstar North, which is a British company that likes to parody and criticize American culture and politics. Rockstar North was founded in 1987 as DMA Design by David Jones, a Scottish video game programmer and entrepreneur. Jones created the GTA series along with other popular games, such as Lemmings and Crackdown. Jones and his team were influenced by British culture and humor, which is often cynical, sarcastic, and irreverent. They also had a different perspective on American society as outsiders who observed it from afar. They saw American society as a fascinating but also flawed and contradictory place that deserved to be exposed and ridiculed. They used the GTA games as a medium to express their views and opinions and to challenge and entertain the players. Of course, this theory is not the only way to interpret the GTA games. In my opinion, this theory is true. Now, the most important theory is that the Rockstar games connected the universe. Hear me out, because this will be wild. The Rockstar Games connected universe is the idea that most of the games developed by Rockstar Games, such as Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Max Payne, LA Noire, Bully, and Manhunt, are set in the same world and share some characters, locations, and events. This theory has been around for a long time, but it gained more attention after the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, which had many references and Easter eggs to other Rockstar games. But how plausible is this theory? Is it just a bunch of coincidences and fan service, or is there a deeper meaning behind it? Let's take a look at some of the evidence and arguments for and against this theory and try to come to a conclusion. One of the main arguments for the Rockstar Games connected universe is the presence of John Marston, the protagonist of Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 in Grand Theft Auto Online. In GTA Online, players can customize their character's appearance by selecting their ancestors, and one of the options is John Marston. This implies that John Marston is a real person in the GTA world, and that some of the GTA characters are his descendants. Furthermore, in GTA Online, players can find and use weapons from Red Dead Redemption 2, such as the double-action revolver and the stone hatchet, which are part of special missions that involve clues and rewards from both games. Another argument for the Rockstar Games connected universe is the existence of Carcer City, the setting of Manhunt in the GTA world. Carcer City is mentioned several times in various GTA games, such as GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, and GTA 5. In GTA 5, Michael DeSanta, one of the main characters, says that his first robbery was in Carcer City. Moreover, some of the cars and weapons from the GTA series can be seen in Manhunt, and vice versa. For example, the protagonist of Manhunt 2, Daniel Lamb, used to live in San Fierro, one of the cities in GTA San Andreas. Rockstar Games connected universe is the connection between LA Noire and GTA VA. LA Noire is set in Los Angeles in the 1940s, while GTA 5 is set in Los Santos, a fictional version of Los Angeles in the 2010s. Both games feature some of the same landmarks, such as the Hollywood sign, the Griffith Observatory, and the Santa Monica Pier. In GTA 5, one of the characters, Michael DeSanta, can be seen watching a movie called The Shootist, which is based on LA Noire. Additionally, some fans have claimed that they have found the body of Cole Phelps, the protagonist of LA Noire, in a mine shaft in GTA 5, although this is not confirmed by Rockstar. There are many other examples of references and Easter eggs that link different Rockstar games, such as the book titled Red Dead by Jay Marston in GTA 5, the hat of John Marston in LA Noire, the action figure of Pigsy from Manhunt in GTA San Andreas, and the mention of Bulworth Academy from Bully in GTA 5. These could be seen as evidence for the Rockstar Games connected universe or as simple nods and jokes for the fans. However, there are also some arguments against the Rockstar Games connected universe, which cast doubt on the validity and consistency of this theory. One of the main arguments against the Rockstar Games connected universe is the contradiction between the real and fictional locations in the different games. For example, in the Red Dead series, New York City and California are mentioned as real places, while in the GTA series, they are replaced by Liberty City and San Andreas, respectively. Similarly, in LA Noire, Los Angeles is a real city, while in GTA 5 it is Los Santos. This suggests that the games are set in different versions of reality and not in the same world. Another argument against the Rockstar Games connected universe is the difference in tone and style between the different games. The GTA series is known for its satire, humor, and violence, while the Red Dead series is more serious, realistic, and historical. The Manhunt series is more dark, gritty, and horror-like, while the LA Noire series is more detective, noir, and mystery-like. The Bully series is more teen, school, and comedy-like, while the Max Payne series is more action, noir, and bullet time-like. These differences make it hard to imagine that the games share the same universe, as they have different themes, genres, and atmospheres. Rockstar Games has never explicitly stated that their games are connected, and they have never provided a clear timeline or logic for how the games fit together. They have also never addressed some of the inconsistencies and paradoxes that arise from this theory, such as the different names and maps of the cities, the different technologies and laws of the eras, and the different fates and roles of the characters. This could mean that Rockstar Games does not intend for their games to be connected, and that they are just having fun with their own creations and references. So what is the conclusion? Is the Rockstar Games connected universe a valid and coherent theory, or is it just a fan-made fantasy and speculation? The answer is not clear-cut, and it depends on how one interprets the evidence and arguments. On one hand, there are many references and Easter eggs that link different Rockstar games, and that suggests that they are set in the same world and share some characters, locations, and events. On the other hand, there are many contradictions and differences that separate different Rockstar games and that indicate that they are set in different versions of reality and have different themes, genres, and atmospheres. Personally, I think that the Rockstar Games connected universe is a fun and interesting theory, but not a solid and consistent one. I think that Rockstar Games is not trying to create a shared universe, but rather to pay homage and tribute to their own games and fans. I think that the references and Easter eggs are not meant to be taken seriously or literally, but rather to be enjoyed and appreciated as jokes and nods. I think that the games are better off being independent and standalone rather than forced and merged into one. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you believe in the Rockstar Games connected universe, or do you reject it? Now let's cool things down with a normal theory. You're never driving over the speed limit in GTA 5. One of the most fun and popular aspects of the game is driving. GTA 5 offers a wide range of vehicles, from cars, bikes, and trucks to planes, helicopters, and boats that you can drive, steal, customize, and use in various ways. Driving in GTA 5 is also very realistic, as the game simulates the physics, handling, damage, and performance of each vehicle. But there is one thing that is not very realistic about driving in GTA 5: the speed. The speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 is much lower than the speed of the vehicles in real life. This means that no matter how fast you think you are driving in GTA 5, you are actually driving pretty slowly, and you are never breaking the speed limit. But how can this be? How can we prove this theory? And why did Rockstar Games do this? Let's take a look at some of the evidence and arguments for and against this theory, and try to come to a conclusion. I'm going to do some math too. Please bear with me. You're never driving over the speed limit in GTA 5. This is the comparison between the speedometers of the vehicles in GTA 5 and the speedometers of the vehicles in real life. Many fans have noticed that the speedometers of the vehicles in GTA 5 are not accurate, and that they show a much higher speed than the actual speed of the vehicles. For example, some of the fastest cars in GTA 5, such as the Adder, the Entity XF, and the Zentorno, have a top speed of around 200 mph, 320 km/h, according to their speedometers. However, when compared to the real-life counterparts of these cars, such as the Bugatti Veyron, the Koenigsegg Agera, and the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, which have a top speed of around 250 mph, 400 km/h, we can see that the speedometers of the GTA 5 cars are inflated by about 25%. The distance from Los Santos International Airport to Paleto Bay, which are the two farthest points on the map, is about 8 miles, 13 km, in GTA 5, while the distance from Los Angeles International Airport to Santa Barbara, which are the two real-life equivalents of these points, is about 90 miles, 145 kilometers. This means that the map of GTA 5 is scaled down by about 90%. Similarly, the time it takes to travel from one point to another on the map of GTA 5 is much shorter than the time it takes to travel from one point to another in real life. For example, it takes about 5 minutes to drive from Los Santos International Airport to Paleto Bay in GTA 5, while it takes about an hour to drive from Los Angeles International Airport to Santa Barbara in real life. This means that the time of GTA 5 is sped up by about 12 times. The speed limit of the roads in GTA 5 is not explicitly shown in the game, but it can be inferred from the signs, the traffic, and the police. The signs on the roads in GTA 5 are similar to the signs on the roads in real life, and they indicate the speed limit of the roads. For example, the signs on the freeways in GTA 5 show a speed limit of 65 mph, 105 km/h, while the signs on the city streets in GTA 5 show a speed limit of 35 mph, 55 km/h. The traffic on the roads in GTA 5 is also similar to the traffic on the roads in real life, and it follows the speed limit of the roads. For example, the traffic on the freeways in GTA 5 drives at around 65 mph, 105 km/h, while the traffic on the city streets in GTA 5 drives at around 35 mph, 55 km/h. The police on the roads in GTA 5 are also similar to the police on the roads in real life, and they enforce the speed limit of the roads. For example, the police on the freeways in GTA 5 will chase you if you drive faster than 65 mph, 105 km/h, while the police on the city streets in GTA 5 will chase you if you drive faster than 35 mph, 55 km/h. If we compare the speed limit of the roads in GTA 5 to the actual speed of the vehicles in GTA 5, we can see that the vehicles in GTA 5 are never driving over the speed limit, and that they are actually driving pretty slowly. For example, if we drive the Adder, the fastest car in GTA 5, on the freeway in GTA 5, we can see that its speedometer shows a speed of around 200 mph, 320 km/h, which is much faster than the speed limit of 65 mph, 105 km/h. However, if we measure the actual speed of the Adder on the freeway in GTA 5, we can see that it is actually driving at around 50 mph, 80 km/h, which is much slower than the speed limit of 65 mph, 105 km/h. This is because the speedometer of the Adder is inflated by 25%, and the map of GTA 5 is scaled down by 90%. Similarly, if we drive the Adder on the city street in GTA 5, we can see that its speedometer shows a speed of around 100 mph, 160 km/h, which is much faster than the speed limit of 35 mph, 55 km/h. However, if we measure the actual speed of the Adder on the city street in GTA 5, we can see that it is actually driving at around 10 mph, 16 km/h, which is much slower than the speed limit of 35 mph, 55 km/h. This is because the speedometer of the Adder is inflated by 25%, and the time of GTA 5 is sped up by 12 times. There are many other examples of vehicles in GTA 5 that are never driving over the speed limit, and that are actually driving pretty slowly, such as the bikes, the trucks, the planes, the helicopters, and the boats. These examples can be verified by using various methods, such as using a stopwatch, using a ruler, using a mod, or using a website that calculates the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 based on the distance and time of the map of GTA 5. But why did Rockstar Games do this? Why did they make the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 so low? And why did they make the speedometers of the vehicles in GTA 5 so inaccurate? There are several possible reasons for this. One reason is that Rockstar Games wanted to make the game more fun and accessible for the players. By making the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 low, Rockstar Games made the game easier and safer for the players, as they could drive faster and more recklessly without crashing or getting caught by the police. By making the speedometers of the vehicles in GTA 5 high, Rockstar Games made the game more exciting and satisfying for the players, as they could feel the thrill and the power of driving fast and furious. Another reason is that Rockstar Games wanted to make the game more realistic and immersive for the players. By making the map of GTA 5 small, Rockstar Games made the game more detailed and diverse for the players, as they could explore more places and see more things in a shorter time. By making the time of GTA 5 fast, Rockstar Games made the game more dynamic and lively for the players, as they could experience more events and changes in a shorter time. So what is the conclusion? Is the theory that you're never driving over the speed limit in GTA 5 a valid and accurate theory? Or is it just a fan-made observation and speculation? The answer is clear-cut, and it depends on how one measures the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5. If we measure the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 based on the speedometers of the vehicles in GTA 5, then the theory is false, and we are driving over the speed limit in GTA 5. If we measure the speed of the vehicles in GTA 5 based on the distance and time of the map of GTA 5, then the theory is true, and we are never driving over the speed limit in GTA 5. Personally, I think that the theory that you're never driving over the speed limit in GTA 5 is a true and interesting theory, but not a very important and relevant one. I think that Rockstar Games did a great job in making the game fun and realistic, and that the speed of the vehicles... Let's move on. Michael was never in witness protection. This is a cool one because Michael is my favorite. When players are introduced to the retired criminal, he and his family are living in a luxurious mansion in Los Santos, under the protection of FIB agent Dave Norton, after Michael faked his own death in a heist gone wrong 9 years ago. But was Michael really under witness protection? Or was he just lying to his family and himself? Michael was never in witness protection due to the fact that his deal with Dave Norton was not official or legal, but rather a secret and personal arrangement. Michael and Dave made a deal where Michael would fake his death, and Dave would get credit for killing the notorious bank robber Michael Townley, boosting his career in the FIB. In exchange, Michael would pay Dave a 5-figure sum every month, and Dave would provide him with a new identity and a safe house in Los Santos. However, this deal was not authorized or approved by the FIB or any other agency, and it was kept hidden from everyone else. This means that Michael was not a registered or recognized witness, and he did not have any legal protection or immunity. He was still a wanted criminal, and he was still vulnerable to his enemies and the law. Another hint that Michael was never under witness protection is the fact that his lifestyle and behavior were not consistent with or compatible with being a witness. Michael was supposed to lay low and stay out of trouble, but he did the opposite. He bought a huge and expensive mansion in a prominent and wealthy neighborhood, attracting attention and suspicion. He continued to spend money on cars, clothes, and other luxuries without having a legitimate source of income. He also resumed his criminal activities, robbing jewelry stores, banks, and even the FIB itself, risking exposure and arrest. He also maintained contact with his old associates, such as Lester and Trevor, who knew his true identity and history. He also revealed his past to Franklin, a new friend and partner in crime. All of these actions show that Michael was not a serious or careful witness, but rather a reckless and arrogant criminal. Also, his family and friends did not believe or support his story. Michael told his wife, Amanda, and his children, Jimmy and Tracy, that he was in witness protection and that they had to move to Los Santos and change their names. However, they did not buy his story, and they did not respect his rules. Amanda cheated on Michael with various men, including his tennis coach, his yoga instructor, and even his therapist. Jimmy and Tracy also rebelled against Michael and got involved in drugs, gangs, and porn. They also resented Michael for lying to them and abandoning them. Furthermore, Michael's old friend Trevor, who survived the heist and believed that Michael was dead, was furious when he found out that Michael was alive and living in Los Santos. He confronted Michael and accused him of being a traitor and a rat. He also threatened to kill him and his family. These reactions show that Michael's story was not convincing or credible, and that he did not have any loyalty or trust from his loved ones. There are many other examples of evidence and arguments that support the theory that Michael was never in witness protection, such as the fact that he was not given a new appearance or a new voice, the fact that he was not relocated to a different state or country, the fact that he was not monitored or supervised by the FIB, and the fact that he was not given any assistance or guidance by the FIB. These examples suggest that Michael was not a genuine or legitimate witness, and that he was just a fraud and a coward. But we also have to assume that his deal with Dave Norton was still effective and beneficial, even if it was not official or legal. Michael and Dave made a deal that worked for both of them, and saved them from their problems. Michael escaped from his enemies and his debts, and he got a new life and a new chance. Dave got the fame and the respect that he wanted, and he got a valuable asset and a reliable ally. They also helped each other in various situations, such as when Dave helped Michael fake his death again to escape from the FIB and the IAA, and when Michael helped Dave stop a rival agent from exposing their deal. They also developed friendship and trust, despite their differences and conflicts. This means that Michael and Dave had a valid and functional deal, and that they had real and mutual protection. In my opinion, Michael was not a simple or normal person, but rather a complex and troubled person. He had a lot of issues and conflicts, such as his addiction to crime, his dissatisfaction with his family, his guilt over his past, and his boredom with his present. The fact that he was contacted and informed by the FIB, and the fact that he was given some freedom and choice by the FIB. These examples suggest that Michael was a genuine and legitimate witness, and that he was not a liar or a coward. So what's the truth, you may ask? Is the theory that Michael was never in witness protection a valid and accurate theory, or is it just a fan-made observation and speculation? I think that the theory that Michael was never in witness protection is true. He was never in witness protection. He had a different kind of deal done. So these were the theories I tried to debunk or prove true. Do you think I made a false judgment in any of these? Don't forget to let me know by commenting. I'll probably make another part of this series, so subscribe to avoid missing that. Finally, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Avenaut is signing out.